What's going on, guys? And today what we're going to do is take a look at kind of a basic beginner's guide for support in Season 5. Season 5 just came out 3 days ago? 2 days ago? I don't know, January 30th, whenever that was when you're watching this video. So there's not a lot of online gameplay. I mean, there is, but not, you know, as much as Season 4, obviously. And there's not a meta yet. There's not, you know, a certain pro strategy yet for starts and anything. None of that's really established yet, so you have to take this with a grain of salt. This isn't like, you can't just go and build this every single game and expect to be the best support, because, you know, there's counter building, there's meta, there's all sorts of things. If you're facing a team of nothing but physical gods, you're not going to want to build any magical protection, but obviously you do in this build. So you can't use this build as gospel and just expect it to work in every situation, because that's not Smite. Smite cannot work like this. However, this is a build that I believe at this point in Season 5, if you really don't know what you're doing as a support or with a new map or anything like that, and you're playing support, you can use this build 100% of the time and you'll be at least fine. You should be able to get through and do your job as long as you're playing the support and knowing you're not trying to go solo fire giant or something like that, because then you're just not playing the game wrong and you can't blame the build. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. First thing is a starter item, and that's no longer a thing. It is, but it isn't. They're not called starter items, they are called blessings. And if you don't know that yet, we'll go check them out right now. Really simple though. No more Death's Toll, Bluestone, nothing like that. We just get Assassin's Blessing, Hunter's Blessing, Warrior's Blessing, Mage's Blessing, Guardian's Blessing. Self-explanatory. Junglers, ADCs, solo lane, mid lane, support. You don't have to, right? I mean, if you're playing as Ganesh support and you really wanted to go Hunter's Blessing, go for it. By all means, you know, get that extra bonus damage from basic attacks and get that attack speed buff when you upgrade Hunter's Blessing as Ganesh. If you want to, you can. No one's stopping you, but your team's probably going to BM you a lot and you're going to be responsible for the loss. Generally, the only time that exceptions could work is if you're playing a really aggressive jungler, like early game, and you want to go like Mage's Blessing for like early ganks, or you're playing an attack-based assassin like Kali, and then you could get away with a Hunter's Blessing rather than an Assassin's Blessing. But for the general speaking, go with your, you know, your slotted role, and since we are support, gonna get Guardian's Blessing. This gives you 100 health. Keep it in mind, you can only buy one blessing and sell one blessing a game. So I cannot buy any more blessings, and even if I sell Guardian's Blessing, I can't buy another blessing again. So I am not idle. I'm here. So you get Guardian's Blessing. This gives you 100 health early, 5 physical protection, 5 magical protection. So you get health. You're protected from whatever comes at you. You get 7 of your health and mana restored per minion assist. So it kind of works like Watcher's Gift 2. You get some mana, and you get gold per minion assisted. So you're going to get the health, you get the protections, you get the health back, you get the mana back, and you get gold for just doing nothing, sitting there being a support. Now, what's cool about the blessings is you can evolve them by getting stacks. So for the Guardian's Blessing, you get assist or minion kills. For Assassin's Blessing, it's kill or assist on a jungle monster. For the ADC, for solo lane, it'll be dealing damage to an enemy god provides a stack. So there's different, the blessings will, in order to evolve the blessings, you have to do different things for roles. Obviously, if you are in the solo lane, getting kills or assists on minions is really easy, so that wouldn't work. So you got to change it up a little bit. For the Guardian's Blessing, just stand there, get assist on minions, do what Guardians and supports do, and by doing that, you'll get health back, you'll get mana back, you'll get golds, and you'll get stacks on your Guardian's Blessing. And once you get to 50 stacks on Guardian's Blessing, it's going to evolve. And instead of getting 3 gold, or no, sorry, once it evolves, you're going to gain 4 gold per 5 seconds just by having it evolved. So when Guardian's Blessing is fully evolved, you get 100 health, you get 5 physical protection, 5 magical protection, 7 health per minion assist restored, 7 mana per minion restored. Minion assist restored. Sorry, this is a lot of stuff. 5 mana per 5, 3 gold per minion assist, and 4 gold per 5 seconds. This is a really good item for supports, especially when you get it upgraded. I know that was a lot to go over just for the beginning, but they changed a lot of stuff with Season 5 and these new items, so I had to go over that. First actual item you're going to want to get has not changed from Season 4 in my opinion, and it'll be Traveler Shoes. You could still go Shoes of Focus if you want, if you really would like that extra cooldown, or if you're playing as a support like Ares or Athena, you could get Pen Boots if you want to be aggressive. I really wouldn't recommend Reinforced Shoes that often, but can if you want. I would still recommend Traveler Shoes. You get some power, you get mana per 5, you get 25% movement speed, which is obviously more than the rest of these, and then you gain 20% additional movement speed for leaving the fountain, which is really cool. New effect on there. It just allows you to get to combat sooner, or get to the game sooner. Before, the passive was once you exit combat, you get a little more movement speed buff, but this is just for the fountain. So imagine if you have Traveler Shoes and the Pyromancer? Yeah, the Pyromancer. Imagine that. That's a crazy movement speed buff when you leave fountain.
Here, let me
Traveler Shoes, especially if you're playing gods like Amir or Ares, really immobile guardians that have no getaway whatsoever, get Traveler Shoes. First actual defense item you're going to get will differ on the team comp. If you are playing just a basic team comp, I would go ahead and get Sovereignty first. But if you're playing a team comp where they have, like, you know, double Guardian, like a Guardian jungle, Guardian support, or even triple Guardian and stuff like that, go ahead and get, where's it at? Where's Sovereignty? Or not Sovereignty, Heartward. There we go. I'm looking for Sovereignty and magical items. Get Heartward Amulet first if they have, like, a triple Guardian or something like that. But either way, you're going to get Sovereignty, then Heartward, or Heartward, then Sovereignty. They're going to be the two back-to-back. This was the Season 3 meta. Season 3, these were the two go-to items, but then they got nerfed a little bit, and they just, you know, weren't as good. But for right now, in Season 5, they're good. I think I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. To me, it seems loud. It might not be for you, but, actually, let's just turn the main volume down. There we go. A little bit better. Sorry, back into the build now. But yeah, Heartward and then Sov or Sov and then Heartward. But generally, you're going to get Sov and then Heartward because you usually just need magical protection first in most scenarios. But when they nerfed these in Season 4, they were still good. You could still pick up Sov and Heartward. They just weren't your best options. You know, if you remember, Jade Emperor's Crown was really, really big. Genji's Guard was really big. Shogun's Kasari was really big. These are still good items that you can get. And Talisman of Energy is a pretty unique item within Season 5. It's not the best item you can get, but it's unique and different, and I kind of like it. So I like to get it on some saucy picks sometimes. But, yeah, they nerfed them, and they just weren't the best. But Season 5, they buffed them. So now they are, I would say, the go-to support items again. Obviously, they're not going to be as selfish, or selfish. Items as like Shoguns are, because you just get, you know, more benefits from them for yourself. But with the increase in protection, I think last season you got 40 protections from Sovereignty and 40 from Heartward or something like that, or 35. I don't know, it was low. But as you can see now with Sovereignty, you get 50 protections. Heartward gives you 55 protections, and you also get 250 health from both of them. So now you're more tanky from these items. You know, Season 4, you could pick these up and really help your team out, but you were a little more easier to kill if you picked up those two rather than a Genji's Guard and a Hide of the Nemean line or something like that. So the aura items are still good. Allied gods within 70 units had their physical protections increased by 15 and their health by 25, and their magical protections increased by 20 and mana by 20. So you get all the benefits, but then your allies also get 15 physical protections, 20 magical protections, 25 health per 5, and 20 mana per 5. So your allies just get a whole bunch of good stuff when they're around you from these two things. Next one, gonna be interchangeable, but again, I would suggest going with these two at some point. They are two more support items that were pretty big in Season 3, even the beginning of Season 4. Kind of fell out a little bit, but then picked back up. First one is going to be Hide of the Urchin, though, and that's only because the stacks are pretty unique on it. Gauntlet of Thebes stacks. For if you didn't know, Season 5, they changed both Gauntlet of Thebes and Hide of the Urchin, and these are the two items that we're going to be getting. they both evolve as well, kind of like the blessings do. So you get stacks for these items, and then they evolve into something better. That's a theme with Season 5 that they were trying to focus on. So the reason I would suggest getting Hide of the Urchin first, it is 50 more expensive, so there's that. But you also have to get the god kills or assists, and it's just harder to do that on gods than it is minions, because minions are pretty much guaranteed. So get Hide of the Urchin first, just to get your stacks up. But basically, it gives you 30 physical protections, 30 magical protections, 250 health, 250 mana. Just like last season, nothing really different there. You get two magic protections and 2 physical protections for each god killer assist. You know, standard, same as last season. At 10 stacks, it evolves, though. So before, that was just it. You got your 10 stacks, and then you got, 60 physical, 60 magical. It's a little different now. Once it evolves, you get 100 health, plus 5 per level shield that regenerates over time when out of combat. So this item is really, really good when it evolves. That's why you want to get it evolved as soon as you can, which is why it's best to get it before. You could even get it before both of these if you really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. But you want to get this when you can, and then go ahead and grab Gauntlet of Thebes. Gauntlet of Thebes is similar. It's going to give you the 200 health, 10 health per 5. It is 2,400 gold. You're thinking, oh, that's kind of expensive. The passive is good. For each assist on a minion, now this is assist, you can't kill them, keep that in mind. So this is going back to the support mindset. For each assist on a minion, you gain a stack. Each stack provides 1 physical and 1 magical protection. At 50 stacks, it evolves, providing you an aura of 10 physical protection and 10 magical protection. So this is what you get when you have full Gauntlet of Thebes, evolved, upgraded, everything. You get 200 health, and this is for 2,400 gold, keep that in mind. 200 health, 15 health per 5, 50 magical protection, 50 physical protection, and you give allied gods 10 physical protection and 10 magic protection. So you get health, you get physical protection, you get magic protection, you get health per 5, and it's an aura for your allies. 2,500 gold, and you get double protections and health. And this isn't like a double protection item like Spirit Row where you get 40 and 40, you get 60 and 60, 15, 15. They're really low. You get 50 and 50 respectively when you're at max stacks, and you still get the great pet. I mean, it's just a really good item Season 5. Amazing. Obviously, at some point, you're going to be selling Guardian's Blessing. Keep in mind, however, once you do sell this, you can't buy another one. As soon as you sell a Blessing, doesn't matter if it's evolved, if it's not evolved, whatever. You buy one, you sell one for the entire game. That's it. There's no exceptions. So keep that in mind. The final item you want to get, I would recommend getting cooldown, because at this point you have none, and that's going to be important. So you could really go, last pick is going to be a flex pick, go to cooldown and see what you want. If you're playing as a god like Sylvanas, maybe pick up a Shield of Regrowth, or if you're playing as an Ares, maybe go a Pythags, Peace. If you're playing as, I don't know, it's really up to you, but if I had to pick an item, I would go ahead and get Spirit Robe. This is always the go-to last item for me. Mantle's good too, but Spirit Robe is just cheaper. It gives you 40 physical protection, 40 magical protection, 10% cooldown, which was good, and it gives you that 20% crowd control, whereas Mantle doesn't. The 20% crowd control is really good with that. And then once you gain an additional 15% damage mitigation for 3 seconds when you're hit with a hard CC. So you just become more tanky whenever you're hit with a hard CC, and you being the support and generally in the thicket of combat, you get hard CC'd a lot. So it's always a good pickup. You can see the stats over here when you round up. 219 physical, 193 magical. Pretty decent stats here. You can see we're level 20. We have 3,345 health. Obviously, you're not going to be putting out damage. This is not a damage build. But your support, if you're trying to do damage as a support, you're probably not playing your role right. But you can see, I mean, he still does a little decent 261 on his last one. We'll see what his ult does here. You will go no further. 263, so not bad. For being a support that's not supposed to do damage, you know, you're still going to put out a little bit. You don't have any additional power throughout any of these items. We didn't pick up a Jade Emperor's Crown or anything like that. So all the power is going to be relying on your god's actual stats. But this is a support build, like I said. Relics, we got to go through those real quick. standard from Season 4, I would say Magic Shell and Heavenly Wings, good 2 to get, or a Heavenly Wings and then a Frenzy if you want to be aggressive, something like that. But go for the team-oriented relics, which will be Magic Shell, Frenzy, Heavenly Wings, maybe a Cursed Ankh if they have a lot of healing, Meditation maybe. It's really sad to not see Hand of the Gods here. You know what? Everybody drop a like for no more Hand of the Gods. That was such a corny way to get likes. Don't do that. Don't drop a like for Hand of the Gods. But if you did enjoy the video, you could drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this. This is a basic support build guide for Season 5. This isn't going to work in every situation, guys, like I said. But if you're new and you kind of want to get a gist of Season 5 and support, if you use this build, you're not going to be doing bad. I can promise you that. That is it, guys, and until next time, peace.